Hey my lovelies and welcome back to Bex Gaming. I am Scottish Bex and it's time for more Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. We are going on to the last in the Floating Cities DLC, which is going to be very interesting. I'm definitely going to have to break this down. Alrighty, so last time we should have, we got the race car, didn't we? And we did MV Blue Dream, and I presume it's pronounced that way. I presume you'd actually just say MV, or I presume it's not MV. I'm presuming MV stands for something, but I don't know enough about vessels to comment. So we're going on to Symbol of the Ocean. It's a shame it's not Queen of the Ocean. That would have sounded better, but it's a Symbol of the Ocean. This is the last one in this set. It is so Symbol of the Ocean's lead ship of the Symbol class. She entered service on January 27th, 2024, so 2024, out of the port of Miami in the US. I mean, that was only 2 years ago. The ship has a crew of 2350 and a capacity of, whoa, that's a lot of people, 5,610 passengers at double capacity, or 7,600 passengers at max capacity. It has 20 decks, 7 swimming pools, and 6 water slides. 20 decks. My goodness. Okay, so there's 1,500, 4,000, so there's 9,000 worth of contracts, but it's only a buy-in of 15. Well, sorry, it's a buy-in of 15, so we don't get that back in contracts. But the resources are worth just shy of 16, so 15,985. So let's go this in. I'm going to bet it's not a full ship. There's no way they're going to give us 20 decks at this size for that amount. That's not going to be. It's going to be like the last one. It's going to be broken a little bit, I think. Let's just see. I think that's what I can see there. It looks like it's like the front end of the ship, but we'll see. So let's just buy it and let's go. Okay, so that took about 2 minutes to load in. That's about the same as the last one. So, ooh. So, yeah, look, it only looks like it's a partial ship. So, hopefully that's a good sign, because it handled the last one, so hopefully we can handle the next one. That is really big. That is crazy big. It already looks like bits are broken and fallen, but I'm presuming that's just because it's not loading in completely visually from where we are. Yeah, so it's the front end of this vessel. I didn't think it would be the full. It was like, there's no way they're going to give you 20 decks, and yeah. Let's back up and get an appreciation for this, shall we? All right. That's decent size. Let's get it parked up next to it, and then I can work out. It's actually not that long, so hopefully I can just throw stuff to wherever I park up, or I can get stuck. That works really good too. All right. Do you know what? I'm going to back up actually a little bit. Give myself better throwing. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look around, shall we? Is there going to be stuff outside? I mean, it does come right up to the edges though, so that's going to mean it's pretty wide, I imagine. Yeah, look at that. It is. Yeah, it's wide. It's a big one. All right. I'm not seeing anything outside though, other than the usual lights, so I think we're just going to do what we always do. Let's go to the top and work our way down. That seems to work for me for the most part, so I think it makes sense to stick with that. Right, so we're about 1,400 before we start, so, well, not about, we are. So that'll give us an idea in terms of we're picking up the... I can't think today. Safes. See, I just lose the ability to English entirely when I start recording. It's great. Like these, I'm assuming are going to need to come out like crane-wise, or maybe not. Maybe they're just part of the. Okay. Let's have a look. Don't fall in. Ooh, Ooh! Glass dome? It's neat. Oh, I'm gonna fall through that. Oh, crap. Didn't want to fall through the glass dome. Alright, how the hell do we get out of here now? Up. Let's go up. There we go. Up. Up works for me. Nope. All the way back down again. This is not a good start to the day. Let's I'll cut to me being at the top. It's gonna take me a while to fight my way up there, I think. Right. That took a bit of doing. Right, and there we are. And we're now back. Now we're at the top. Now we're at the top. Okay, so this is the top. Quite a view, I might add, from up here. Like the sparks that you can see going on down below. That's kind of neat. Alright, first things first. Oh, look. Apparently you can just lift that thing off. That's interesting. And then just lift the glass panels. Okay. That works for me. Just gonna have to do this in layers. Next piece, try not fall through it. That works for me. Alright. Ooh, don't fall! I feel like I'm playing Dying Light again. I don't think I'm close enough to be able to get that. I may have to go down. Ugh, didn't want to, but I will. Right, there you go. Good start. This looks like it's really going to be an interesting one. It doesn't look that big, and yet it is. It is. We know it is. It's just, it's deceptive, isn't it? I can't lift that piece until that piece is gone. Come on. Well, that was weird. That went green for a second there. Come on, lift it. Thank you. Right, so I think that's all of the glass off. So, let's start here, shall we? And there's already a nice, shiny to throw to space there. So let's get this clear. So this, what do we think this top deck is? I would say obviously this looks like a sort of pool slash sunbathing area outside of the dome. Okay. Apparently the swimming pool's where I keep... Do we think it's a pool? Because it's not really a pool. I mean, like, it comes up to your knees. Do we think it's like a soaking sort of lounging thing? Or cooling down or something? I don't know. Toddler pool? Kiddies pool? No, kiddies pool? Is that what we think? As in young kiddies, not... Yeah. Alright. Let's get these cleared, shall we? Interesting, very interesting. Let's get these cut. I really hope that's rust. Oh, that was a real lag spike because the game was saving there, but that was it was the last time as well, so. Alright, can we get any of this away? Okay, yes is the answer, so let's get that. And that. And that. I did get the crane upgrade, I think, last time, didn't I? Right, so let's pick some of this up. Maybe that's the kiddie's pool. Who knows? Who cares? Is the big question. I mean, I don't imagine they could probably do... Well, they could do. I mean, if it's just an object-esque, they could do a full-size pool, I suppose. Don't know why I tried to pick that up. That didn't make any sense. Doesn't have all the connectors destroyed, right? So there's underneath to get the next pieces out. Okay, okay. That goes downwards. Okay, that's fine. We can work with that. Okay. Right, I need to be able to throw to this, so let's bring down the walls around it. So I can throw to it, because I think I'm going to need to drop down and... Okay, actually, probably best taking this down. Right? Oh, wait a minute. Is that a... No, that's connected to that, right? So it's just these walls here. Okay. Alright, so let's knock it down. Works for me. As you know, guys, I don't normally do a layer at a time, but I'm just thinking it's easier to do this than I can knock down. I can maybe knock down some stuff to start throwing into it, is what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's a nice big sort of space under here. Okay. That's a nice big wall holding it up. That's fine. That's great. That's what we needed. Okay. Let's take down these walls. Is there anything around here that I need to be concerned about? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Sorry, just I don't know why I'm apologising. Goodness sake, Becky. Just wanted to check, you know, make sure there wasn't anything that potentially we were missing for very obvious reasons. So I can throw all of this into here. Oh, what was the thumping, bumping noise there? And that twang could have been anything. It could have been a heavy support going, which I don't think it was, although I didn't see if it was. It could have been pipes on the walls. It's anything, essentially, that's dropping off makes that twangy noise, doesn't it? So you never really know unless you see the notification. And if there was a notification, it's get this nice and clear. Probably that light falling, to be honest. You don't want to do that? I go to knock things down and I end up somehow being as if I'm going to throw it. It does my nut in. Right. Can we separate some of this? Probably going to need to cut the roof, but let's see. Ooh, look at that. You can sneak around it. Get off the great element! Oh, boy. Right. Squeeze in there. Can I squeeze in there? I'll cut the damn thing. There's not rocket science. Come on. Alright. Come on, come on. We've got another one of those sort of cinema-esque theatre spaces. What have we got in here? So we've got rooms. That's a safe. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Man after midnight. Come on. Other way. Maybe not. For goodness sake. Extra sensitive one? Jeez. Love the panda bats. Panda bats make me laugh every time. It's like, okay. Oh, okay. That just decided it wasn't going in, apparently. These are nice little rooms. You get your own wee bit of the deck. That's kind of... Not deck, but you know what I mean. It's not even close to being full. I mean, what am I supposed to be putting in it? Am I supposed to be throwing the stuff from down here into it? What's... Like... I don't even know. I just feel like it's a random mobile cargo on top of the thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. Okay. take these down, I think. Here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shaped pieces. Hey, there we go. I'm not stressing too much about doing it this way either, because I need to... I don't want to drop too much in one go and cause a fatal error that we know can happen with this game. So it makes sense to kind of be not stressing it too much. All the shiny stuff. Okay, we've got... So somebody was whipping their clothes and hiding them in the storage closet. Should we be worried about this? Makes you not want to go on a cruise, that's for sure. All the stuff. Nice. Some kind of bar area, I think. And I'm thinking. Very tight space though, isn't it? That would feel really claustrophobic. I'm sure I could drink in a space that depends on how many people were in it, but yeah. Oh, it must go down another level. Okay. Let's get up here. Because I don't think I did over here, did I? No. See? My brain was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do the other sides. Alright, what we got? Another one. Oh, that was going in the right direction there. Right, and to the shower room, but apparently you're not getting a toilet. Apparently you just have to pee out the window. And hopefully not onto anybody on the deck below. Make sure the wind's blowing in your favour when you do. Alright, next one. I don't think I'm feeling very patient tonight. I'm not doing well with the saves. I'm jumping too far to one side and then too far to the other because I'm struggling to be a bit patient with them tonight. I'm like, no, can't be arsed. Right. It's this floor done, right? How far down? Sorry, it was saving there. How far down does this bit go? Down there. I need, so maybe it's the next layer down that I need additional. Oh, I don't know. Is it here maybe? Let's have a look. No, it just goes, that just goes outside. Okay, okay. But surely you need to have, like, surely you can't lift that up with that in the way, right? Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. Oh, there we go. Right, so let's go down a bit more and through. I think we need to go through. Maybe should have put the truck there, but that might have been too far to throw. Hey, didn't need to. Another mobile cargo. My goodness. All the mobile cargoes. Or you can just miss entirely, Bex. That works too. Can we... Let's take the roof out around it. That usually helps. Or no. Let's know. Thank you. Tends to help a tiny touch. Right. That's where I pile up all my spare chairs. I do like the chairs though. They've got nice lots of colour in there. I'm not surprised those plants are dead. I mean, when's the last time they got a water? Other than people who obviously didn't have toilets and peed into the pot instead. Oh. Random storeroom. I'm literally 2 feet away. How did I miss that? Dear Lord. Nice. Got you that time. Right, let's go through here for quickness rather so I don't have to squeeze around the side. There we go. I mean, if this was completed, when did it say? 2024? Why does the decor look like it's out the 70s? Maybe a push 80s or 90s, but like... I'm pretty sure this is not 2004 decor, and I'm pretty sure of that. And you guys can correct me, but I don't think so. Still not got all the kits. I'm wondering if I need to go down, right? There's gonna be something in here. Right, let's... Can I... Random shower? Whoop. Let me... Poopies. I'll go that way. Alright, let's... Screw it. Back through here. Right, okay. Interesting. So confused right now. Alright. So apparently we can just pull it through loads of pieces. That's fine by me. Alright, okay. I'll clear all these bits out in a bit, guys. I'm just trying to get to that to release those pieces. So they doesn't have all the connectors cut, right? Okay. Question is, where are all the connectors? Maybe a bit of a fight, isn't it, just to get this bit out, I think. Okay. Switch piece, switch piece. This piece, okay. Interesting that that's the only piece blocking it. I think the that's a bit backwards, but we'll not go into it. Alright. Let me through. Doesn't have all the connectors cut. Okay. No, it doesn't, apparently. So I've had that cut. So the other connector's got to be the other side, but I think I've actually already got that piece, right? So maybe it's connector behind here. Hello? And there must be another connector behind here somewhere, right? To unload this, where's the... There it is, there it is, there it is! Okay. How bizarre. And we should have one more piece to go, right? So where's the last cut point? Cannot reach the load. Right, what's blocking it? Up the top. Okay, up the top. I see it. Okay. Nice! So that's that big wall out. Okay, it's taken me, you know, a better part of 40 minutes or so to get to this point, but excluding obviously intros and things, but yeah, that's not bad. Not bad to get us to here, I think. Right, so let's do a bit of clearing up then now that we've got that out. I do need to think about getting this out. Just fine. Now, not worried about a destabilized wall collapsing on me. I can... You know, I needed to get it out because if I'd taken these walls away, potentially something would collapse and it would have destroyed them. So that, or at least that was my thought process. So let's get in here and take a look. Nothing exciting. And that was that. Yep, I know which space that is. Okay. I think I want to take down the walls here. So I can throw things into this from over here. That's my thought process. Come on. Okay, so I've taken down some walls near here so that I can throw stuff from down here into that. Hey, safe. I wonder if the money goes down incrementally for every time you fail to open it. That would be quite neat. Annoying, but neat. I want to bring everything probably back to this layer next. And get these out. Looks like the connectors are underneath for this. I like how this one's been done slightly different with lounge seats up on the terraces looking at it. That's quite neat, actually. Rather than it just being full theatre-esque seating like it was in the last one. Don't know where I'm sending that to. Okay. Problem with trying to see what these rooms were used for, you get a feel for it, but because it's like half the front of the ship, you're not really seeing where the corridors are and where the corridors would have connected, so it's very hard to kind of get a feeling for it, actually. Or I'm finding it very hard to get a feeling for what it would have looked like. I mean, don't get me wrong, that dome at the front was very dramatic and really neatly done, and that was, I quite liked that. I thought it was a nice addition to the game. It was a nice different piece of equipment to be removed. That was quite neat. Not gonna disagree on that front. Just it's just hard to get a feel for the rest of it. Like this, it just disappears. This probably would have been some kind of corridor that would have then had connections to the rooms to the sides, but because it's not got that, you're kind of losing the feel for what the ship would have been like. I can't really get the feel for the ebb and flow of the ship. You may have, but yeah, it's not making a massive amount of sense to me. does every single wall seem to require its own individual push down as well? Like... got strange pieces as well. It seems to be holding everything together, which is a little bit annoying as well. Randomly, like, nope, it's having none of it. There's nothing there. Okay. Okay, nothing in this kind of space. I don't think I'm missing anything too dramatic yet. I did see a set of stairs somewhere. There. There's some kind of spa section, maybe? Yeah, that looks like saunas. Definitely looks like some kind of sauna. So we need to work out how the hell we get that out, right? Love the weird pieces, they're so much fun. Whew. I would at least if they bloody broke. Right. So there's pieces above that need to come out, okay. So let's get them out. Or we can just randomly throw that on the floor. That works for me too. Okay. Screw it. I'm just like, really? Fucking really? Right, is this where I need to be? Let's find out. I don't know, actually. No, I was too far over, right? Oh, there's a piece above it. That needs to come out. What the? Right. I think that should do it this time, right? So I need to go one in, right? So if we come up here... Oh! Let's take this out in general. There we go. because I've not cut the connectors because I'm an idiot. Oh, for the love of... What is going on with it tonight? Like, I swear, I've not been drinking, guys. I'm not drunk. I don't know what is going on. Right, so take down where the stairs came down. I need to clear these little spaces before I can then drop the rest of the walls to bring all that section of the roof down. So let's do this. I'm not trying to do it all crazily in one go, guys. You know me, I would love to do that. I would love to just clear the decks and drop it all at the last second, but that's not going to work because... One, I think this is going to be too tight, closed spaces to do that. And two, I'm just concerned it's going to cause everything to crash, so... Oh, that must be full. I don't know where my truck is. Hey!
Hello.
Right. I don't need my truck, actually. There's a... Yeah, there's one there. Right, let's go. Oh, that was quite a lag spike. The love of all that is good and pure. Will I stop bloody doing that? Right. What else is on this level before I drop it? So we had spa space, locker spaces. That looks like more locker storage. What's on here? Where do we go? Bedrooms that you probably would have accessed from further back. Or from here. Oh, that looks like it's up. Oh, there we go. It's around here somewhere. Bit more. Back a bit. Back a bit more. Forward a bit more. What the hell? Okay. No. That way. I swear the game's making it up now as it goes, because that made no sense. At least the rooms seem to be a different layout from the last one. I think obviously these are based on actual ships that exist, which is probably why the rooms are a different layout. But, yeah. At least they didn't just cheese it by using the same design and just knocking different walls out. That's at least something. I mean, yeah, the same floor patterns and the same that, but what I mean is the actual layout. I mean, let's be honest, this is the same assets they had in the last one, but I think I can drop these floors, right? These walls even. Okay, so I have gotten rid of everything that was on this side, and we've cut that down the middle, so hopefully when I do this, we should drop the floor, half the floor. Sorry. That is the only downside to the whole floor going. Apparently not. Apparently it's decided it's staying. And it's gonna float for a while. Absolutely fantastic. Great, love it. It's amazing. I love the gravity in this. It's great fun. Maybe the hanging pieces are doing weird things. Okay. That's fine. We don't need to drop or nothing. These half pieces maybe? It's always the half pieces. It's always the half pieces. Alright guys, let's throw this all in the truck and then go from there, shall we? Okay, that's a good start. That's half a chunk down. I'm going to keep looking at what's over here and continue. So let's clear around the rest of this sort of lower level. I think, yeah, I filled that with the stuff that I was throwing from the other side as well. So let's get that away. I also want to look at how I get this out, which I'm not sure at this point, so I need to take a look at this. So how did these pieces come out? Right, well, let's start by cutting them, right? So how does that just lift out? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That needs the floor bits, right? Well, I don't want to just disconnect them just yet. I'd rather do these pieces first, I think. Can we get any of this out? Answer to that is yes. So I need to get this out next. Let's get rid of some of this. So I don't know if these come off or if these are just all part of the sides, or I'm not quite sure how any of this works. It's going to be trial and error. Interesting. So let's... Interesting. Okay. So how does this piece work then? Take down these sides here. I love the way sometimes they just sort of vibrate before they fall. As the physics glitches. Okay, that's that out. What's up here? Let's take a look. Well, there's still another wall holding it up anyway. Okay. See what's up here. If there's anything... Yeah, no, nothing that I can see up here. So what I might do is cut this off here. It's my life easier. And then cut this off here. Or no. There you go. Right, I think before I can get any of this out, I think I need to get this out. Right, so let's look at how we get this out. Oh, is that a collectible? Congratulations, you found the slides that got find all the floating city collectibles. Contrary to what people may think, passenger cabins are not below water. In fact, all decks on a cruise ship are above the waterline. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There was the big gap, and I was saying, is it to do with buoyancy? Is it to do with I mean, the underneath could be pure storage, but I was thinking, is it to do with... Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. If anybody is nautical and understands how these things work, feel free to share it in the comments. I'm somebody who... I love information. I love learning things. Obviously, when people do tell me stuff, I do tend to go check that it's accurate, but yeah. Right, what have we got? Okay. Apparently I just hulked out on that block. Why will that not go?
Hello, क्या हाल है?
Oh, the connector's destroyed. Okay, so connector's at the top here. No, but it might be that... I'm wondering if these pieces are holding it on. I'm assuming there's not a connector on the roof, but I better go up and check, I guess. Well, there's definitely connectors at the back, which we knew there would be. me get up and check that there's not a connector on the roof. I'm not seeing any. There we go. Alright. That really bugs me so much. The push down thing just bugs me so much. Let me go up and check there's nothing up on this floor. So we got everything that was out here. No, everything that was out here. There's nothing on this side. So all we need to do is take away these. Platform bits. Get them out. Aye, mate.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे। कोई बात नहीं। हेलो, क्या हाल है?
Right, let's get these clipped as well. Hey, let me through. Thank you. Come on. Oh, I hate it when it does that. There we go. Something's this side, maybe? Yeah, there you go. Still got something that's holding it on, so I need to find it. It's probably over here. Yeah, no, what a guess. You're joking me, right? All right. It's annoying. Right. Let's get that out. And that. And that. Apparently no that piece. Or that piece, or that piece, or that piece. Apparently they're not allowed to go anywhere. Apparently they have to stay for all eternity. Get jobs and do the whole sucky adult thing. I love it. I love it when my younger nephews or nieces will be like, you know, who are like in their early 20s or even their teens, and they're like, oh, this is just, this, I'm all tired all the time, and it's just so I'm just, you know, 30 years. Don't talk to me. Right. I think we need to take this roof out. I think this is what's causing some of the problem. Okay. I'm quite enjoying this one, actually. I haven't done it necessarily as systematically as I normally would. I'm playing this more... I've actually been doing this one more as if I was doing a game my own way and sort of chilling out and just sort of doing whatever feels right. But do you know what? That's how I felt like it today, so that's what I'm doing. I don't care. Sometimes you do it though, don't you? Sometimes you just got to do what feels nice, what feels right, kind of relax, and just that's kind of the way I'm approaching it today. I'm approaching it very much in that relaxing way. Oh. All right. Rather than just cutting out the little bits, I'm just going to try drop this floor. It makes, or it kind of makes sense to me. I'm just going to run down here and let it save and lag me out just for shits and giggles. There you go. See if that drops it. It should drop it. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go. Oh, I must have missed something somewhere. There, I didn't get that one out, but there we go. Right, moving nicely forward. Okay, maybe need to get these down. I'm just trying to see what's next, really. So what? So do I need to release the floor panels for these ones? I think so. Let's have a look. My concern is I don't want to cut the floor away, as in not these bits, but as in hammer the floor bits away, and then it turns out that's going to make them drop because I'm nervous that's what's going to happen. Now I know we need to take these ones away. To get this piece out. Now we can go. Yes, we need to drop these at least. What about these pieces? Ah, see, this is why I didn't just want to go along and take away the floor pieces, because I was like, these pieces look like they're supposed to come out. Like, this might be slightly differently for some of these, but that one I was pretty sure wasn't. And that's because there's an underpiece to these ones. That's why. Okay. Come on. Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. Peace. What? Okay. Random. Sure why I managed to do that. Probably got a spasm in my hand, actually. I do get them, so it could be what caused that there. Right, so let's... all of that, that's cool down there, all the abandoned luggage. Right. Can that get that out now? Yes, we can. I feel like I'm sort of going in the right direction. Right. And then this looks like there's a lot of connectors further down. So let's bring down the rest of this. Pieces don't seem to be knocking down as easy. It's as if they're not quite, you know, normally in the original ones you could sort of line them all up and then knock a whole load down after you took the connectors out, but it doesn't seem to be working quite the same way in this ship for some reason. Like those two are, but as soon as you get to the weird pieces, it's not quite doing it. Right. And bring this squiggle wall down. Let's go. Right. Getting there. Brought down a whack of it, and I'm feeling pretty good about how much we have actually brought down. It's taken me about so excluding intros and stuff, it'll probably take me about an hour and 45 to get to this, which seems like a lot, but at the same time, the whole glass dome is gone. There was quite a lot of connectory pieces undergone. The top, there's three floors here that have gone on this side. So I feel like I'm kind of, and there was the stage, and yeah, I feel like I'm kind of doing okay. Maybe not as great as perfect as I would like, but I'm Deception. There we go. But I'm certainly going in the right direction. Let's clear the other side so that we can drop it. This floor I've done. That's the floor below we're working on, right? Some of them I think are bedrooms, and other times I think no, they're more like seating areas, and then it's like, Could be lost luggage, I suppose. Or staff rooms. I feel like I've done loads, and at the same time I feel like I've done very little for the time. It's a weird feeling, actually. I think it's because it's been a lot of sort of trying to work out how to release complex connected sections. I think that is maybe why it's feeling like I've done loads, but also because I haven't seen a lot of rooms, it feels like I maybe haven't done a lot. It's a weird kind of combination. The majority of the floor is cleared. I don't think I've seen a safe there. I don't think I've seen as many safes on this one as there was on the other one. Okay, so I've cleared all this off, and hopefully with this we can drop the floors above. Didn't see any support issues there, statements, so fingers crossed that should have been it. So let's get this all cleared up and we can go forward. Alrighty. That's that cleared up. Okay, so as always, we've got stuff that will have fallen down between the sections, but that's... yeah, we're used to that by now. So we've dropped the first couple of layers. We've managed to get about £1,000 so far from these safes. I'm tempted to run down here and lift some of this.
Hello.
Let's do a bit of clear up down here. I don't know if I can reach my truck from here, though. Can if I run up the slope a little bit. It's fine. So how did it get to this bit? Because there's no doors to here. Or ways stairs up or stairs down. So how do they just walk down this? Do they walk down the actual ship face? Like, would there have been glass and they just walk? That's weird. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright. I'm gonna run on the ledge here and clear some of the stuff that fell down off. Looks like it gets more interesting the further down you go. It opens up quite a bit. Looks like this is quite top level heavy. Which might be why I explain why I'm feeling like I haven't done as much as I'd like to have. Because if it's top section heavy, that would certainly explain that. Let's clear some of this. I don't think I can reach that from here. Oh, look at the middle of the ship. That's kind of cool. Oh, now I'm just stuck. Okay, hang on. I have no idea where I'm going now. Oh, look, there's stairs up there. Let's go. Da, 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 da. I'm just trying to find my way out now. Tempting to clear it. There we go. So I don't know. Let's cut some of this. I don't think it's going to drop it just from cutting it. So I think I should be okay to cut the connectors. Okay, how about... I need to get to that connector, right? So let's... Right, okay. Okay, we can do that. We can deal with that. Oh, look! Oh, right here? Yep, here, okay. Just need to go along, I think, and... Oh, hello. Question is, would you prefer one of the cabins that you see out the side of, or would you have liked the cabins at the front here where you saw the forward? I think I prefer the sides, because if you're seeing the front and the people are sitting down there, you'd kind of ruin your view a little bit, I think. Although, and if you're on the sides, people would be walking, or potentially walking along the sides, wouldn't they? So not necessarily blocking. They could be blocking your view from their window. So it just depends, I suppose. A couple of different ways of looking at that, I guess. Right, let's get around here. Let's clear these rooms at the front, shall we? Yeah, finding more safes now. Right, so if we can get these off, we can cut a bit more long and get those connectors out, I think. See if we can... me get this down. Come on. Alright, let's cut this and hope we can get the last piece out. No, there's still a connector not cut. I'm still not even close to deck, I don't think. I think deck's way down there. I'd say it was like 20 levels, didn't it? Oh, all this stuff. Nice. Let's get some of this up, shall we? So the front's kind of collapsed in a little bit. That's going to make getting round to cut things fun. Okay, what have we got? Come on. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put this in the truck, guys, and then I think this is where I'm going to take my first break. Obviously, for you guys, I'm not going to leave the video off. I'll bend them up, but I think it's a good spot for me to stop. I feel like I've done a lot. It's about 2.5 hours I've been going for. I do feel like I've done quite a lot, and I'm quite happy with what I've achieved, and this is going forward to get these pieces out, drop some layers. Obviously I need to go through and see what's in them and then drop this, but I think if I do this, it's going to be another 2 hours before I'm through the next couple of layers, and I think I'd rather just stop here at this point, just for myself. I'm starting to get tired, and I did promise myself I was going to start doing that, taking the breaks when I start to get tired, because I feel like it's more beneficial for the video if I got a bit more energy and a bit more full of zest. Otherwise, I don't intentionally mean to do it, but I start going really, really quiet. So this is a good spot to leave it, guys. So I'll pick back up in a few seconds for you guys, but it's probably going to be a day or so for me for resting. Alright guys, let's pick up where we left off on this mammoth task that we're doing. So I'd said initially that I would keep combining the videos into sort of a single video per ship, but it looks like you guys would prefer if I actually split the videos up. I have put a poll out just to confirm what the majority of the viewers would like to see as to like whether I keep it in one or whether I split it into others. I haven't got the results of that yet. But when I do, I'll go forward. I'm probably going to be splitting them up. I mean, I do agree the last one was a crazy size, and even I was thinking it's a crazy size, but I had promised I would keep the ships as to a single video. But since you guys are saying you'd prefer it to be something else, potentially, that might be the way we go forward. So I'm just waiting to see. Oh, helps if I don't fall, eh? Right, so I think we had just finished dismantling, yes, this front portion, and we were trying to get more of it off, I believe. So let's just keep working our way forward, trying to get this big bit off. Alright, that's me cut the cut points. Let's see if they move. Yes, they do. The one good thing, I suppose, if we're breaking it into parts, means I don't have to stress as much about having every single bit recorded for one specific day. While I would split them up over the week rather than it being a couple of weeks for per video, I wouldn't do that. I would try get all of the one ship out on the same week, just split over a couple of days. I think the point would be that I wouldn't have to rush to have it all recorded for the single day. I would be able to split it up a little bit, which I think actually recording over a couple of days, which is what I've been having to do recently. So it actually would work quite well for me in terms of from a recording perspective. I definitely have that, right? Right, so what's the next one? Once that's gone, we've got this bit at the front to go as well, right? But I think I'm trying to work out. Can we... Let's take this off, right? Where does that piece go to? Right, it's going to be under this, right? So this needs to definitely come off first. And then there's these pieces as well, which I think are crane elements as well that need to come off rather than winch elements. So yeah, definitely a lot to kind of try get moving forward. Oh, hello, double. Was that a double bath? Let's grab some of these while I'm going. Oh. These are probably, these look like slightly nicer cabins, so I'm assuming, because they have a nicer bit to the front. I can never remember what's port, what's starboard, stern. Stern's the back, right? Starboard is one of the left or right, but I can't remember. I should remember all the terminologies. My brain is like, nah, I'm not giving it to you. You can bog off. My brain is having absolutely none of it. It's like, I know you want to know, and I know you want to remember, but, oh, look, unicorns and rainbows and fluffy things. It's like, that's the way my brain works. It doesn't stay on anything for more than a few seconds. It dances its own particular little beat in its own particular little way. Okay, next set of cut points done. Let's grab some of these, get these out of the way so we don't have anything causing chaos. Alright, can we get this up? Let's have a look. No, so there's more cut points. Ooh, inside. Look at that. Okay. These are all interconnected. Isn't that interesting? Okay. I'm gonna have to get down. So what I might do is head up and clear some of these decks, drop a little bit, and then consider where we go forward. Maybe drop to that level or something. I'll have a look, because obviously I don't want to have to cut away too many walls. I've definitely not cleared this area, so let's start that, right? So one of the biggest issues we're going to have is being able to throw things through the truck, so I might have to crack open a wall for that. We'd go next one, I think. I think this is maybe the best one to do that at. Let's go for here. Yeah, that's a good choice. That was a good choice. Right. So these looks like this is more passenger cabins. Do you love the panda mat? Don't ask me why. I don't know why I find it so funny. I just do. It's one of those... Sorry guys, I've got a frog in my throat. It's just one of those... I wonder where that term comes from. Frog in your throat? I think it's because you sound croaky. Anyway. Sorry, yes. I don't know why I find, nope. I've lost that train of thought entirely. Huh. Well then. It's took a trip and I don't think it's coming back. Panda mats. Panda mats. Panda mats. Yeah, I don't know why I find the panda mats hilarious. I just do. I just think they're cute and yeah, I'm so easily amused. And as you can also tell, so easily distracted. It's my brain took a wander when I started talking about croaky throats and frogs and throats instead of the panda mat. Seriously, like, well, I would love to be able to tell you why my brain is so the way it is, but I have no idea, if I'm being brutally honest. I'm always... It never stops. I know, like, it's always on to the next topic or the next thing before I've even finished what I'm doing, and that is normal for me. It's part of... Ooh. I find it's hard for me when I'm doing small talk with people because, you know, they've said something and my brain's already moving on to the topic ahead of before they finish the sentences, and you know, you've got to kind of count to 10 and politely let them finish because it is polite. You should be listening to them. You absolutely should. And it is very hard to actually nip that because I do want to listen to them. I do care what they have to say. I do care what people have to say. But because of the way my brain works, my brain's already like, yep, nope. I want to say the next thing, and it can be a little difficult sometimes for me. Trying to not talk over people, and it's not, yeah, it's not because I don't care what they have to say. The opposite, I care immensely about what they've had to say. I just want to respond to what they've said so that we can move the conversation forward. And it's really great because my best friend's pretty good that way. She's the same as me, I think, a little bit. So the two of us are always kind of jumping ahead of the conversations and jumping back and forth, and it makes it, you know, me and American Bex, which is why I think we get on so well. So we can keep a conversation going particularly quickly, but yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? Oh, that's a. Oh, what's an empty one? Okay. Well, that was good. We got one of the pieces off. That was not quite what I thought I was going to be doing, so I didn't realise I was going to be able to disconnect that so easily. Hopefully we can disconnect the other side so easily. That would be really shiny. Alright. Yeah, so if you're listening to me waffle, guys, and I jump from one random topic to another, it is because in the middle of that topic of conversation, I've either seen something, read something, heard something, or that train of thought has taken me on to another train of thought. And I'm already jumping ahead to that train of thought, so it's part of why I don't finish the sentence, and then I just kind of jump to the next bit. It's a really bad habit, and I need to, and it's actually not great for when I'm recording, because I'm stopping halfway through sentences, and doesn't necessarily mean just because I knew where the conversation was and where I stopped doesn't mean that viewers necessarily know my train of thought, and they might be like, okay, she didn't finish that sentence, I have no idea what she's talking about. So I need to be more conscious of it. I do like these panels. These panels are nice. I know they had them in the other one as well, but yeah. Where are you, you little git? So we still got the steamships to do, which I think are 3 vessels. We've still got the fishing vessels to do, which I'm not sure if that's 3 or 4. So that's at least 6. And then we've got the contrabando one. So we've got at least 7 weeks worth of ships left. But that doesn't mean we can't start the conversation of what you want to see next. Because obviously once we stroll to the end of this series, we'll be looking at others. And obviously, I mean, it doesn't have to be a simulator-esque game like this, but it would be nice to do that because I think this was the series that essentially replaced Shipbreaker. Oh no, I think I ran it concurrently, but it kind of was the main sort of one that followed after that sort of idea. I think I did start doing Subnautica, but in terms of I like to keep one of these types of games running because I immensely enjoy them. I can relax while, there's certain games while you're recording, you can't necessarily relax as much, either because you don't really enjoy the game as much as you'd like, but you've started it so you want to finish it, or it's kind of horror based, or it's really mentally intensive. A number of different reasons, and so it's not as relaxing to do. But these ones are really chill. These ones are a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I would talk a lot more while recording than I would if I was just playing it myself to relax. But I still do enjoy it, and it's still not quite as intense to record as some of the other ones. It's just a lot more waffling really for me. So yeah, I would like to keep one of these types of games running. Like you say, it's still a good few weeks away yet. We've still got a fair bit to go. It means 7 weeks it's going to be, end of March-ish before we're sort of finished with this series. I'm happy to go back and, if it's a case of, we want to see, can you do it faster? Can you do this? Can you do that? It doesn't have to be a different game. There could be other elements to this game, but obviously the whole point usually be trying other games. Where are we? There. But yeah, so thoughts on similar games or other options to this would be... It's not something we need to finalise at the moment, but it's something to start thinking about. Because it might be a game I need to get. I might not have it. Has anyone played the first one? Because this is Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Has anyone tried the first one? Is it any good? Probably asked that previously. I have a vague recollection I asked this previously. And I think somebody said it's similar. Yeah. I think what I like about this over some of the other games like this, it's the same reason I liked Hardspace. It's the ships. It's not houses. It's not... Now, don't get me wrong. I know last time I'd mentioned, it'd be really good if they had a house version of this game, but that's different. Mechanics for this are quite different from a standard House Flipper-esque game, but if they kept the same mechanics but brought it into bringing down skyscrapers and stuff, I think that would be a lot of fun. But that aside, I think what I like so much about this is the same thing I liked about Hardspace, and that it is different. It's vessels. It's not, it's something different, and that's something I think you don't see much of. That's why I keep saying things like skyscrapers or, that kind of idea, because that's not the type of thing you would normally see in those type of games. So that's what I mean by I'm always looking for something that's a little bit different, and I like the fact that these are ships that you're dismantling, and I think that is what I like. I do like the mechanics of this as well. I like putting aside the opening of the locks, which is just randomly out of other type of game style. I don't know why they added that in. It doesn't bother me because I do it in all the other types of games that I play, so from that perspective it doesn't faze me, but see why it might irk people who don't play those other games, because it doesn't quite fit with this kind of game. But whatever, if it works for you, if you're somebody who enjoys that, go for it. I'm just accounting for the space. I think I know where this is, but I just wanted to account for the space. Hello? It's like it doesn't want to let me... That was weird. It's like it doesn't want to let me... Oh, that was really weird. That's a double layer to it. That was different. That was really weird. Sometimes I get these first time, another time it's like, nope. Oh, there we go. This takes me back to Skyrim and Dying Light. Played Dying Light in ages, actually. Might boot that up and play that. Not for recording purposes, just to play. Check if there's anything beyond this wall for safety. Nah, we're good. Alright, what have we got? Lots of crud that's come down from above. I was hoping I'd be able to... No. I could probably do it quicker by just dropping the boxes and picking them up later, but I don't want to do that. I want to try to keep it as tidy as I can. I don't mind dropping things like the floors and stuff and leaving them because I can pick them up with a magnet at the end if I need to, but I don't particularly want to. Boxes are different. Particularly because we know the magnet can send the boxes for miles, and we might not finish contracts if that happens. So, common sense. I'm gonna go through here. What's bugging me? You don't have to keep going back round. Has anybody been to see the Iron Lung movie that Markiplier did? I didn't get a chance to get to see it. I know it's just out now, but by the time this video comes out, it may already be out in cinemas. I know it did smashingly way better than they were expected, but not surprising. I think they underestimate the YouTuber audience, I think, and you know what that could lead to. I'm not saying, obviously, like I've got a small audience, but I'm talking about like the bigger ones. I think I think they underestimate. I don't mean he did. I mean, you know, like you see, there's kind of a snootiness to some of it, isn't it? But it's still a level of entertainment. Okay, it doesn't have the same production factors and stuff, but I mean, and I gotta give him his dues. He put his own money into that. I mean, and stuff. It's not like, yeah, but I've not seen it. I've seen adverts for it and stuff, and I'm curious because I love movies. I do love movies. And I'm not somebody I don't get caught up with like how good are the effects and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I think really bad effects can ruin things. But in sense, I think the acting is more important for me. I think really bad acting and dubbing of things just makes me stop watching. Like, I would prefer to watch a foreign movie in its original language and then have subtitles. That's just a me personal thing. I don't think, yeah, I don't like it when movies are dubbed over. So it's a personal preference. Like I remember back when I was at uni and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon had come out. And they had the dub version, and then I always had to have it on the normal. Oh, was it Mandarin it was in? And then just have subtitles up because it did my nut in. The dubbed versions did my nut in. But no, I really, if I'm not gaming, I watch a lot of movies, I watch a lot of TV. That's kind of like one of my other main hobbies. And so so when you've got something like a YouTuber clashing with the movie world, it does make me, it's quite interesting. I find it quite interesting. So I would be curious to know if anyone's seen it and what their take on it was. Now, it doesn't have the budget of a Hollywood production, so I'm not expecting it to be... So my argument is, how can you compare it to Hollywood? Because you can't. For the money that was put in, which I think the budget was around 3 million, wasn't it? What would we say? So you have to compare it on its own merits and not the comparison to other things, because it doesn't work that way. If you've seen it, what was your thoughts for its budget? I've heard pretty good things. I have heard pretty good things, but I know the critics weren't as kind, but they might be, is that genuine or is that more, but I've heard the viewer reviews have been different, but is that because they've been overpopulated by Markiplier fans and they're just saying it's good even if it's, because see, when you really like something or you really enjoy something, you kind of tolerate the flaws more. It's the culty cliquey thing that we all do we all do it. Like, how many, if you really love a game, you see past the flaws in the game? Like, yeah, they annoy you a little bit, but you kind of tolerate them. Whereas if you're someone who's not as a fan, like the physics glitches. Like, if you really like this game, you kind of probably see past the physics glitches. You kind of just go, oh, okay, it's a bit annoying, but yeah, all right. Whereas if you didn't like the game, you'd be like, no, I'm not playing it. It bugs me too much. There's that kind of, you're more forgiving of something you enjoy. So my point is, if you're a fan of Markiplier, are you more likely to be forgiving of any flaws? Now, I'm not saying it has flaws, so please don't read into anything I'm saying. What I'm saying is, would you be more inclined to? So this is what I'm saying is opposed to you, the viewers, because it's been mostly his fan base, or is it genuinely moviegoers? I've seen a few people who've said that they're not massive Markiplier fans, but they are movie fans, and they actually really enjoyed it. So I don't know, but I would be curious. Because some YouTubers can be incredibly creative. And you've seen that with some of the stuff he's done previously. With the, where he basically does, like the equivalent of the choose your own ending kind of stuff. Which, I remember those books when I was a kid. I loved those books as a kid, You get a choice. Choice A, go to page 325. Choice B, go to, you're in a dark alleyway, somebody pulls a knife. Do you A, run away, B, attack him? If your choice is A, go to page 29. If your choice is B, go to page 362, And the book has, for every choice you make, dozens of endings. And I loved those books as a kid. Those books. And I know he's done those kind of things. So, I mean, that's quite creative to do that. You have to think of lots of different things and stuff like that. So he's done YouTube versions of them where you go to different videos depending on your choices, don't you? You click on the link. So that's quite a creative brain. So I imagine potentially, now one does not lead to another, but creative brains in general, I thought would be, how would that, how would that go essentially? I'd be curious to know how that would impact, for example, creating a movie and that kind of thing. Okay, I didn't realize there was going to be a thing here, so what I might do... I'm gonna have to use that up and remove it before. Anyway, moving on. It was just a side note. I just wondered if anyone had seen it who could be realistic about it and not just... I mean, if you want to be fanboy about it, go for it. You know, say if you're a massive Markiplier fan and you absolutely loved it and blah blah blah, you know, say that too. You know, all opinions are welcome, but state your reasons for your opinions. Like, this is it's maybe that comes from the job that I do. Like, when I do something and I'm always like, right, what's your business reason for that? And that's kind of the way my brain works. So I always say you're entitled to your opinion 100%. It is your opinion, you're entitled to it. But what is your reasons, like, for your opinion? Like, it might, I mean, your reason might be, I don't know, I just do, which is fair enough. I've had things like that in the past where, like, you know, when we're playing Phasmo and I go, I think it's this type of ghost, but I don't know why. Obviously, there's something subconsciously going on. I just can't tell you what it is because I can't obviously consciously work out why my brain is telling me that. So, but be realistic with yourself. Is it because it's genuinely good, or is it because you're a fan of him? Which there's nothing wrong with that. There is none that. I want to say that to be clear. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of somebody and appreciating what they do. Especially when he was willing to put his own money into it and do all the work, and, you know, nothing wrong with that at all. Put his money, you know, he put his money where his mouth was, so, you know, can't argue with that. Just trying to clear this up a bit so we can access it a bit easier. I think there is a tendency as well to not talk about other channels sometimes when you are a YouTuber, and, you know, because you want people to be focused on your content. But at the end of the day, a lot of these YouTubers that came first inspired a lot of us, and I don't know why you would be. I mean, they're massive. I'm never going to make it that big. I'm probably never going to be. But that's not why I do this. I have a full-time job. That is my job. I do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy gaming. I enjoy waffling on. And why not? And I enjoy chatting to like-minded people. So why not? Because it's one of those things, like, I've often played games and I've thought, you know, when you're looking at something and you think, I wonder how many other people think that about that game, you know, instead of the bandwagon hype about stuff. You know, I don't always think exactly the same way when it comes to other people and games and other things. And I've often thought, I wonder, you know, do other people feel the same way? You know, and I think that's what I like about this, is it's my way of chatting while I game and seeing if other people have the same thoughts. And not only that, like, sometimes it's about being able to ask the questions about a game that I want to ask because I don't know. Like, you know, like, I'll say, like, oh, does anybody know what this is? Or does anybody know why this is? And I think I like that too. I like the ability to ask those questions, because I think, yeah, you can Google answers, right? You can Google answers. And I could easily go and Google things. But I think sometimes it's not always right, or it's slightly wrong information. It's better to ask somebody who knows. Like, if there are people who genuinely dismantle or build these ships, you know, or who are a fan of naval history, Or it would be maritime history, wouldn't it? Maritime would be the more the correct one. Naval is military side of it. Maritime is the... Yep. Okay, I think. I don't know. So, you know, just makes you wonder. My brain goes to weird and wonderful places. And you know, and that's what I like about this. I don't have illusions of grandeur. I know that, you know, I'm not on the same entertainment level as like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all that. But you know what? I do it because I enjoy doing it. I have fun and I get to spend time with my friends and I get to put it out there. And you know what? We have fun, and if everybody else has fun as we have fun watching us have fun, hey, why not? You know, that's kind of my view. Why not? You know? So... it's all about having fun, isn't it? It should be about having fun. If it was my full-time job, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I do take it seriously, guys. I'm not saying I don't, but if it was my full-time job like other people, then yes, that would be a slightly different scenario. You'd have to be careful in certain ways, but for me, it's a combination of, while I do want to ensure that the audience has fun, I also want to make sure I'm having fun, because it's, you know, I don't make any money from this, so yeah. I don't, you know, it's yeah, we've crossed the 500 threshold, but that's, yeah, and that allows you to put in memberships, but that's it. I'm not crossed the 1,000 subscription yet. I don't make anything from this, so for me, it really is about the fun I have, really, at this stage. I think I can understand once you start making money, it could be maybe slightly different, but for me, it really is about entertainment. And it's about talking to you guys as well. It's about, like you say, it's about finding like-minded people who enjoy things and want to discuss things. And, you know, definitely. And who enjoy playing the same games. And who enjoy watching playing the same games. Like, there's loads of games that I can watch, but I don't think I'd ever play. Like, prime example of that would be Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a lovely game. It's cutesy, it's, you know, there's so many things about it, and I've got quite a lot of friends who love it. Never been able to get into it. Just never been able to get into it. But I actually quite like watching people play it. But, you know, I think, is it Death Stranding or Stranding is another one where I've never played it, probably won't play it, but just not my kind of game. Not really, I don't mean the gameplay itself, I mean this sort of era standards. I'm not really... Same reason I probably haven't played Cyberpunk. There's certain things that just don't appeal to me. I'm not a massive... I like some sci-fi, but not all sci-fi. So like sci-fi that's like Stargate, or even some of the Star Trek. I was a massive DS9 fan for years. Still am. Still my favourite Trek, without fail. But did I drop down a level? Yes, I did, didn't I? I'm like, why am I suddenly... I think I'd finished the level above, hadn't I? Anyway, yes, I'm not a massive... And they're kind of like utopian, sci-fi-esque. That's why I kind of avoided Hard Space Shipbreaker for a while. Because I was like, not sure about this. But like, not all sci-fi. So, for example, Firefly. Firefly's amazing. I remember seeing Firefly just after it came out. And yeah, and watching its fan base grow was incredible, you know, watching other people pick up on it. And it was such a shame that it did get cancelled before the fan base really kicked off. For those of us that were in the initial fan base, it was heartbreaking, but you know, that's what it is. yeah, so like Firefly, some Star Treks. Didn't really get into all the more recent Star Treks. I don't know, it kind of lost something for me. But like Deep Space Nine, Generations, probably they were the best. I'm a little too. The originals were beyond me. They were before my time, so I'm not that old. That would be my parents' sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind sci-fi, but it's not my go-to. So fantasy, like, so it depends on your view, like, so things like, depends on your view of what's fantasy and what's sci-fi. So some people would call, like, BioShock sci-fi, because, you know, but I consider that more fantasy-based. But not fantasy as in Dungeons and Dragons, more just different types of world, different realities. To me, fantasy is different reality. Whereas to me, sci-fi is futuristic. And I think that's the difference, because to me, BioShock was set in the past. So it's not really sci-fi, it's more altered reality, which to me is more fantasy. But it depends on your view. But yeah. So I'm not a massive sci-fi nerd. So I don't... Yeah, I'm not that fussed by... I need to find a way through here. Let's find a way through here. So yeah, so those kind of games don't really interest me that much, but they're interesting to watch, which is what I'm saying. Very different to watch somebody else play them, and I quite enjoy that aspect. But for me personally, I'm not interested in playing them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think if you guys were like, no, we really want to see you play Cyberpunk, I would play it for you guys. But it wouldn't be something I particularly myself would be like, if I'm picking a game, it wouldn't necessarily... It's like I never got into Borderlands for a similar reason. I never got into Fallout for the similar reasons. Again, watch people play them. I've seen the TV show. I know the game came way before the TV show. But never been interested. I tried playing Fallout once. Never got into it. And it's not the apocalyptic setting, because I play a lot of apocalyptic-esque games. It's hard to put it. It's the Retros 50 that didn't work for me, which is weird, because then you would think BioShock wouldn't work for me, but there's something about the way BioShock did it that worked for me. So I don't know. It's hard to explain for me why I just like something and why I don't. But I think music plays a lot in it. I've said before that music is a big part of games for me, and I think the BioShock music and the soundtrack and the intensity and to be honest, it was because it was under the ocean. I think it's maybe why I didn't enjoy Infinite as much. I think it was the setting for BioShock rather than the era that won it for me. I think it's why I enjoyed Subnautica, because it was under the water. Even though that's kind of futuristic and sci-fi. I think it really greatly just depends on a number of different things for me. I would never say out and out a game like, just because it's sci-fi, that I'm never going to play it. That's not... It depends on the settings. I'm more inclined to go, oh, I don't know about that. Like, I remember when BioShock first came out, I was like, oh, it kind of looks interesting. But then as soon as I was watching my brother play it, and I was like, I need to play this game. I absolutely need to play this game. And I did, and I loved it. And I think BioShock's probably one of my ultimate favourite games. But yeah. So I've completed it quite a few times. Definitely love it. But yeah, no, see, you can see my thought process. I think we're all like that, though. I think it's very easy to go, you know, I don't have a set kind of like, I don't like these games, I'm never going to play them. It really is dependent on each and every game as to what it is you like about them and don't like about them. I think I've seen Cyberpunk played, and while it looks like a good game, I've never been like, I really want to play that. It doesn't. There's something about it that makes me go, I really want to play that game. I think it's a really interesting game. I think it's cracking to look at. But yeah, each to their own. I mean, is there any games that you guys have played that you've been like, it's not my kind of style of game, and yet when you started playing it, you loved it? Like, you know, like I said, I think for me that would have been the BioShock games. They took me by surprise, and it has become probably, if not my favourite game. Purely because of its setting, its 50s era. I don't get me wrong, I love the music from that era, so that is probably why. It didn't just take the setting, it took so much of it and just gave you an alternate reality. And even the science in it isn't that far beyond where the 50s would have been, which is where it's the plasmid that it's finding the sea light that does it. Whereas it all makes sense, it all ties in. Whereas I think things like that's maybe where Fallout's different from me, because the science is beyond where, I mean, it's quite sci-fi, but way beyond the 50s, but just with a 50s look, and that's not the same to me as logical scientific progression with, you know, it's slightly different. That's maybe where I see it. I can't explain it any more than that. But no, so games that you would have thought for you personally would have been a no, this is not my style, and then started playing it and found it became one of your favourites for a very different reason. Like I said, for me, BioShock's music and underwater setting triggered, as I explained, if you've seen the BioShock series I explained, it triggers a feeling from my childhood. You know, where you're standing looking out at the from the ocean out at the city. It triggers a memory I have, my childhood. Not that I've ever been underwater staring at a city, that's not what I mean. It's a similar emotion to something else. And it was a very good emotion. It was a very comforting emotion for me. And every time, and because then you associate the game with the music, hearing the music triggers that emotion for me now as well. So I can, if I want to trigger that emotion, I can just listen to the soundtrack, and it has a very warming effect on me. And yeah, and it's weird because that, like I say, that kind of normal type of game wouldn't normally have done that. You know, the era for the game setting normally wouldn't have done that for me. So this is why I think it's so interesting that you can't automatically rule any games out. Like, you can't instantly go, I will never play that. Until you do. But I get a feeling from looking at certain games, when I do see them, I'm like, not sure. Now, Sea of Thieves is different. I have actually played Sea of Thieves, and it just didn't click for me. It just didn't click. I mean, the game, I understood the game, I just didn't really enjoy it. Couldn't tell you why. I don't know what as I said, my business reason for that is. Or my game reason for that is. It just didn't click with me. I just didn't get the satisfaction from playing it that I was expecting to get. So, you know, but it's still a nice game to watch. I quite like watching my brother play it. He streams it a lot into his Discord channels. When he did play it, he doesn't play it much these days, but when he was playing it, he used to stream it quite a lot, and we used to sit and watch. I think that was more because he was trying to talk me into actually playing it with him, and I was like, nah, I don't really want to. But no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game, so this is not me having a go at the game by any stretch of that at all. So but no, I've not actually ever played Cyberpunk, so I can't turn around and say it's something I wouldn't. But from what I've watched of it, it doesn't give me that fuzzy feeling that would desperately make me like so many games you catch a glimpse of and go, I have to play that game. I've never had that feeling from it, ever. Never had the feeling of, I have to play this game. And I do get that fairly often. I love games. I love gaming. It's probably one of my biggest hobbies. It wasn't when I was younger, but it is now. Need to get the money together to upgrade my computer, to be honest. But yeah, I think... So when I do see a game that I really like, I'm like, yeah. I think I've cleared this floor. Alright guys, we're going to leave part 1 here. As discussed, we are going to break these up into some smaller videos because otherwise it's going to end up as an 8-hour video. So let's leave it here and we'll pick up in the next part. Let's go.